Hi, I'm Alison McGregor, and this is a video produced from a series of spray workshops. In this video, New Zealand spray expert David Magtolo is going to talk about droplets, droplet size, droplet behaviour, the term spray quality, and how all of that comes together to determine the success of our coverage. Let's get into it.
Hi, I'm David Magtolo. I've spent my career helping spray operators improve spray coverage, and one of the most important things I say is that you need to understand your sprayer. Spraying something of a black art. You're out in the vineyard, you apply the chemical, and then you have to wait some days or weeks to see if it's worked. Often by then it's too late to address the problem. How can you fix that? You must know what your sprayer is doing, how to tweak it, and how droplet size can affect coverage. So let's take a look at why droplet size really matters. During spray application, the chemical mixture is broken down into droplets of various sizes by the nozzles. Small droplets give good coverage. They wrap around the backsides of leaves or bunches. They give good adhesion on the target, so they don't tend to bounce off, and they have greater chemical efficiency. Big droplets provide mass and momentum. They don't evaporate so easily, and they hence have a lower risk of drift than fine droplets. When applying a spray, using the right combination of big and small droplets is a balancing act to maximize spraying efficiency and effectiveness. Droplet size is measured in microns. There's 1,000 microns in a millimeter, and we're talking about size in terms of the diameter of the droplet. And an important term used to describe spray quality is the volume median diameter, or the VMD. This is a number that represents the droplet diameter. Half of the volume output from a particular nozzle is in droplets smaller than the VMD, and half of the spray volume from that nozzle is in droplets larger than the VMD. So there is a balance between small and large droplets, and all nozzles produce a range of droplet sizes. For a litre of spray, as you halve the diameter of a droplet, you get 8 times as many droplets produced for the same volume of spray. If you have a droplet that's 500 microns in diameter and you halve that, you now have 8 droplets of 250 microns for the equivalent volume. Halve that again, you get 64 droplets of 125 microns. And if you halve that again, you can get 512 droplets of 62 microns, all with the same volume of spray. Nozzles can be categorized by their output droplet size range and into producing very fine, medium, coarse, very coarse, or extremely coarse spray qualities, which reflect their range of droplet sizes around the VMD. This is an international standard, and we have the American ASAE model here, but other standards have slightly different ranges and color codes for each of these spray quality categories. When you're selecting nozzles for vineyard spraying, we want them to produce droplets in the fine to medium range to maximize coverage and chemical use efficiency. So looking back to droplet size and volume, those 125 micron droplets are in the fine range, which is ideal for maximum coverage. The 62 micron droplets are in the very fine range, and with 512 droplets at 62 microns, you've probably lost control of them. They're too small, they're likely to evaporate, and very prone to drift. At the other end of the scale, if you're spraying with 500 micron droplets, they're too large for efficient spray coverage, and you'll be wasting chemical to achieve efficacy. In Europe, the growers are forced to use coarse droplets, but in Australia and New Zealand, we're still allowed to use fine to medium droplets, and we should take advantage of that as it allows for better coverage and potentially better efficacy with less chemical. A great way to test your droplets and coverage is by using water-sensitive papers. By testing, we're talking about visualizing, and you can do that in the vineyard. Pinning water-sensitive papers in different places in the canopy, distributed from the top to the bottom, from the inside to the outside, and especially focusing around bunches, allows growers or spray operators to check their spray coverage. You don't have to do it for every spray, but it makes sense to do it before critical spraying operations like flowering sprays or bunch closure sprays, where you really need to get efficacy. That can be done on every spray round, and some commercial vineyards do this, to continuously monitor sprayer performance and check for sprayer faults right through the season, to detect issues and to fix them before they become problems. Not only can water-sensitive papers demonstrate droplet size and coverage, but they also show you where coverage is poor and problems might occur, or where coverage is excessive and you're wasting chemical. It's a cheap and effective tool to use to understand droplet size and coverage if you're prepared to learn how to use it. So we've learned a bit about how droplet size affects coverage. We get the best coverage from fine to medium droplets. And nozzles can be classified by these international standards, so get to know your nozzles and which categories they fall into. Importantly, go and check to ensure that you're achieving the coverage that you think you are, and spot problems and fix them before they cost you money.
We hope this set of short videos encourages you to think more about refining your setup and improving your spray application. This video series was produced by the Australian Table Grape Association in partnership with the Australian Wine Research Institute, with support from Murray Valley Wine Growers Incorporated and Hort Innovation.